Yeah, please. Yeah.
The head coach of the Bobcats in his 7th season, Anthony Williams. He's assisted by Michael Watson, Ryan Ward, Larry Williams, Cy Gross, and Cam. Ladies and gentlemen, there are the Bobcats of Frostburg State University.
It's not the way you wanted it, but I didn't know which order was what. I mean, I could remove them and add them again, but I don't know. Three is center field. And basically, I don't know. Hey Chase, come here and get a different transfer receiver, see if it works. I'm just glad they got rid of the reverb. Yeah.
That was trippy.
Did you call the game last night?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. I jacked the middle three.
Oh, okay. I heard you at the end of that.
No, I stepped out for the top of the fourth to go to the hospitality suite and went to the bathroom up there. And as I'm coming out of the bathroom, I hear a home run get hit. First run of the game. Running to Point Park's AD in the suite. And I asked him, hey, where'd the ball go? Oh, between the foul pole and the light tower. Oh, that's helpful.
Last year I ended up doing a Marshall, Ohio game, and I think it was running around basketball. I think Steve may have been in Pensacola, and they didn't have anybody do it with me, so I just did it by myself.
Yeah.
12 innings, walk-off grand slam.
That's exciting, though.
Oh, it was awesome. How many innings does yours go?
13.
13, yeah. Okay.
Occasionally, I just...
Yeah. The Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network proudly presents the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament presented by the Health Plan, and we welcome you live inside beautiful Go-Mart Ballpark in Charleston, the great capital city, West Virginia, where by Sunday a champion will be crowned in this outstanding NCAA Division II Conference. Game 1 on day 2 of action in this double elimination event features the Golden Eagles of the University of Charleston and the Bobcats of Frostburg State. UC enters at 21-28, and the number 2 team of the South, Frostburg, 34-6, and comes in number 2 squad from the North. And we look forward to this matchup. Greetings from Charleston, along with Eric Little, our great crew, Mark Martin, and happy to have all of you with us. And we talked about it yesterday. It's a new season for both of these teams, Eric.
Yeah, we already saw yesterday this tournament got flipped on its head a little bit when the 3 seeds both won to send the 1 seeds to the losers bracket. So we got a matchup tonight of the top 2 seeds in the tournament. One of them's going to go home. And so for this winner today, they know that they will be facing a seed in the next round that is a lower seed than they are. That's got to be a bit of a motivator for both Frostburg State and University of Charleston.
Well, they met twice during the regular season, and Frostburg won both of those games, and they were stays right here in Charleston, though, across the river.
And again, this is a bigger setting. It's a different, a bigger ballpark. It's a tournament setting. It just has the bigger feel to it. The all-conference members were recognized before the game. So I think from the jump, both of these teams realized that we're in a different environment.
They were already at Thursday. This game, UC Frostburg, first for each team. This evening, it's Wheeling and Concord. One of those teams going to already be packing it in and going home. So a key game tonight. So a lot of great action here on this day 2, and certainly the weather is much more cooperative than it was yesterday.
Yeah, we spent a good deal yesterday just looking to see where we could get a reference. How hard is it raining? We'll look at which dugout glistens the most, and where can I see how hard it's raining. Today we don't have that issue. Picture perfect skies, and they call these Chamber of Commerce days, I believe, Mark.
Well, we got an all-conference pitcher starting it out here for Frostburg.
Yeah, John Smith on the bump, the left-hander. Comes in with his ERA at 3.06. This is his 13th start, 16 outings this year for Smith in 61 innings. He struck out 52 and walked 21, so you like the control numbers. The earned run numbers are good, too. 21 earned runs and 50 hits in that time. Opponents hitting just .221 against him. So if you're a team that doesn't see the left side very well, then that could be a problem for University of Charleston. And then really like what we saw yesterday. These games are going to come down to which of these ace pitchers gets off to the best start.
Point Park, the defending champs, winning yesterday 6-5 in that second game over Concord. Thrilling game. You had a chance to call that one. Earlier in the day, Glenville defeated Wheeling by a count of 14-7. It was a good day for the Pioneers.
It really was. If you had taken the Pioneers to win in both of those games, or just as a blanket statement, you would have been just fine.
The shortstop for the University of Charleston, Andrew Coburn, will step in and get this one underway. First pitch, and it is in there for a strike, and this contest getting underway at 3:34. Great to have all of you with us. Lefty against lefty.
So you cut cameras to 1 and 2. Just go between 1 and 2.
And Smith.
No, you're going to have to.
Does he have maybe the wrong wristband? He was looking at his wristband for a really, really long time.
All right, so get that straightened out. I thought, boy, this is a long look for the second pitch of the game. Coburn coming in, hitting .259 on the season. Started 39 of 41 games, slugging percentage of .393, a home run, 18 runs batted in, and he's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. I think he got the right wristband, didn't he, with that pitch?
Sometimes better late than never. He'll take that if that's what it takes to get you to an 0-2 count.
Smith will fire. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That first game yesterday, we just saw Glenville hop out to that 4-0 lead, and the Pioneers never stopped.
Yeah, the exact kind of start you would want if you're the lower seed coming in a first-round game.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
We talked about it yesterday, too, how crucial it was for Glenville State to keep punching back. Every time Wheeling threatened to make it a game and threatened to get back into the game, Glenville State just kept pouring it on.
Dean Peterson is the head coach at the University of Charleston, 3rd season at the helm. He's done an outstanding job. Frostburg State is guided by Anthony Williams, now in season number 7 with the Bobcats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and hammered foul once more.
The best part of being a really nice day is that you're getting fans of the other teams to show up for these games like this. Wasn't anybody popping out here earlier than they had to yesterday, but you see some Glenville fans in the crowd. I'm sure later on we'll start seeing a little bit of Wheeling.
2-2 pitch. Now Coburn had fallen behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes, and it's a full count here. He's hammered a couple of foul.
Also, this kind of an event's why I couldn't live in Wheeling, Mark. It would be so tempting to blow out of work and play hooky and come watch baseball all afternoon.
Ball 4. Coburn, after being behind in the count, he draws the walk.
He did a really nice job to be patient. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, the idea that hitters now have such good plate discipline. They really develop that sense of what they feel is a strike, and they're more comfortable now watching a pitch that some umpires are going to call a strike as long as it stays in line with their convictions and their beliefs.
And they have gotten the base runner. Just like that, Coburn is gone.
Well, to borrow a phrase often used in this ballpark, T-O-A-S-T, he is toast. At first base, Coburn just absolutely caught napping. I don't smell the toast today, but they save those for the Dirty Birds games. But I don't know what Coburn was doing. I think he got off the base paths, was looking to third base for the sign, forgot to keep that eye on the pitcher, and the lefty Smith nabbed him.
Yeah, Rod Blackstone is not in the house. At least we don't think he is. Or
if he is in the house, he's not making toast. He's a big UC fan. He may be in the house.
All right, so Colin Kemp is the batter for the Golden Eagles, the third baseman. 2 balls and no strikes to Colin Kemp. Out of Versailles, Kentucky, went to Woodford County High School, 6'2" sophomore. Kemp on the season, hitting .244. 42nd game of the season. They have all been starts for this young man. 6 doubles on the campaign. He's driven in a team-high 31. 3-0 pitch. That's in there for a called strike.
A massive shot in the arm, too, for Frostburg State to get back to that opportunity to have the bases clean.
And ball 4, a second walk allowed.
Smith had the best ERA on the staff, most innings pitched, most wins, 52 strikeouts. He's the horse of the staff. Possibly a bit discouraging for the Bobcats to see him walk the first 2 hitters.
So Trent Doza back in. He will ground this one to second and safe at first. And get the force there at second base. Scored that out 4-6. Fielder's choice for the designated hitter for the Golden Eagles.
That really slowed up on the first hop to Ryan Boma. Took a second hop, and I think that took away the chance to turn the double play.
Derek Seiss, the left fielder, will step in now. And he looks at a called strike.
When Smith's got that runner at first, watch what he does right before the delivery. He'll take that peek over mid-leg kick, and I think that's what freezes the base runners.
So he's getting his 17th start of the season. 255 hitter. 3 doubles on the campaign. Driven in 6 runs.
So if you're that runner, you see him take that peek even if he's going to come home mid-leg kick. And so he doesn't telegraph anything. And so you've got to be on your toes no matter what.
Firing over, looking for a second pick here in this top half of the first inning.
The pickoff of Andrew Coburn was his 5th of the year and the team's 10th. Again, those lefties really, really sneaky with that motion to first.
And that is in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count. John Smith on the mound. Sam Atkinson behind home plate. Zane Bone is the first baseman. Ryan Boma is the second baseman. C.J. Carmichael, the shortstop. Drew Jordan is the third baseman. And this one gets away. Runner goes and will be safe at second. Makes the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jackson Shalleck is out in left field. Tanner Cunningham is in center. And Jake Holler is in right field for the Frostburg State Bobcats.
A fairly recent entrance into the Mountain East Conference, but geographically a great fit. Beautiful campus. One of many in this conference. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. And their athletics are on par as well. So just a really nice fit. And they've made the move from Division III to Division II very seamlessly.
This one up the middle and snagged there by Frostburg second baseman Ryan Boma on to Zane Bone, and that will do it for the University of Charleston in the top half of inning number 1. We are underway in game 1 of 2 on this day 2 at the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championships here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network. Back inside Gomart Ballpark on a beautiful day for baseball, along with Eric Little and our great crew of Mark Martin. Delighted you could be with us here as the journey begins to crown yet another champion of a sport in the Mountain East Conference. Had a chance to thus far do indoor track and field and outdoor track and field. You talked about beautiful campus of Frostburg. Had a chance for a few seasons to do the outdoor meet there on their campus. That would have been my first opportunity to be there. And I'm telling you what now, the first year I was there, and I believe it was May 1st, and it was like a track meet just getting the season underway.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, frost and then some. It was a bone-chilling experience there in Frostburg for that track and field meet, but it was fun.
You will not have too many more beautiful drives than that drive over I-68 into Western Maryland, eventually turning into 70. From about mid-April to Thanksgiving. But between Thanksgiving and April, I'm not sure that I want to drive. It's really hit or miss.
And at the plate, and that one will go off the wall. And just like that, Frostburg, Tanner Cunningham, the first offering, and Cunningham sends it deep to left. A double for Tanner Cunningham, the center fielder for Frostburg. Great start for the Bobcats.
And nothing hit or miss there from Tanner Cunningham. It was all hit. Rocketed one to the left field fence on one hop, and a great start for the Bobcats. They've got a runner in scoring position after Cunningham's 7th double of the season and 11th extra base hit of the year.
Freshman out of Pittsburgh. Manny Hall, the DH, will now step in and lay down the bunt. He'll come back, and Cunningham will head back to second base. Manny Hall now behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Went to DeMatha Catholic.
2 vastly different approaches on the bunt. He tries to catch the ball with a bat on the first one. Then he pushes the ball as if he's trying to get it through short and third on a bunt.
Swing and a miss. And Landon Ingram with the strikeout.
Ingram on for the 13th time this year. This is his 10th start. He has 4.25 ERA, 53 in the 3rd innings. That was his 43rd strikeout to 26 walks. He's allowed 42 hits and 25 earned runs. Opponents batting just .222 against Landon Ingram. He's the only guy on the team now with double-digit starts. This is his 10th start.
So Jackson Shalik steps up and pops up, and it will be caught. Second baseman John Stansberry, the second, comes over to make the play in foul territory. And there's 2 outs now after Cunningham started the inning with a double.
Great communication between Stansberry and the first baseman, Ashton Cochran. It looked as though Cochran had a beat on the ball going back. It's an easier angle for Stansberry coming over, and he called him off, and Cochran cleared out of the way.
Jake Holler will now step in. Holler, a young man out of Boonesboro, Maryland, went to Frederick Community College. 6'1" senior. .330 down the left field line, 400 straight away, and .320 down the right field line.
Boonesboro just outside Hagerstown. Western Maryland has a lot of really good junior colleges. You mentioned the Frederick one a moment ago. Garrett Community College produces a lot of baseball players.
This one hit hard. Foul down the third base side.
And again, beautiful drive through Western Maryland, especially if you're a leaf peeper into doing that in October.
Well, if you're trying to get to the beautiful eastern panhandle of West Virginia, usually
it's a nice bonus on your way there, really.
You go through about 4 states to get back to West Virginia before it's all said and done.
Feels like it.
2-1 pitch, and that one is hammered foul.
It's one of my favorite parts of our state. Go to see Harper's Ferry. I love the history out there, the beauty.
Shepherdstown.
Oh, Shepherdstown's gorgeous. I got 2 buddies of mine from high school that lived down the street from each other in Shepherdstown.
Really?
And 2 buddies of mine from St. Mary's. Wow. One of them lived out there, and the other one was down south, and they got together and said, hey, you should move up here, and so they did.
3 balls, 2 strikes now.
What are the odds that 2 kids from St. Mary's decided to go to Shepherdstown and both live down the street from one another? Best friends in high school and raising their kids together.
Well, it's in part of the state that has gained many residents who work in Washington, D.C.
It's become a bedroom community, hasn't it?
Payoff pitch. Fouled away. Holler hangs tough.
A lot of history out that way. Frostburg right in the middle of that. If the B&O Canal was out that way.
This one lifted into right field, and that will go foul. So back will come Jake Holler. University of Charleston was founded in 1888. Was Morris Harvey College, became UC in 1980. Charleston's University. President Dr. Martin Roth, AD Dr. Bren Stevens. Among the notable alums, when it was Morris Harvey, Robert C. Byrd. I don't think that name needs any introduction in this great state. 3-2 pitch, and this one up the... Thought it was heading up the middle, but instead going to be tagged there by the shortstop. Kind of a slow roller, had the direction of heading up the middle, but instead fielded nicely and cleanly by Coburn on to first, and that will do it. We have played one here, one hit for Frostburg. No score after one here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network. Get a good look there at Frostburg pitcher John Smith, ready to go to work here in inning number 2. No score after one.
I would imagine his emphasis in this inning is to pound the strike zone a little bit. A couple walks in the first. He picked off one of those base runners, but not quite the start he'd like to get off to. But the biggest thing is you got that goose egg on the scoreboard.
You know, this Frostburg program under Anthony Williams, again, they come in here, Eric, once again, over 30 wins. And that has happened now 5 consecutive seasons.
As we talked about before in this tournament, they're 21-7 in the conference. When you win 75% of your league games, that's pretty good. You're doing something right.
Well, 2021 program's first full season at the D2 level. They were 14-25. Since then, 33-17, 33-20, 37-16, 36-17, and 34-16 here in this 2026 campaign. Max Lane, the right fielder for the University of Charleston, will lead it off here out of Columbus, Ohio. Went to Lincoln Trail Community College, a 6-foot junior. Lane on the season, a .258 hitter, a couple of home runs, 9 runs batted in. Smith with the pitch. Lifted out of here.
As we mentioned a moment ago, this is a program in Frostburg State that's transitioned from Division III. Excuse me, there's some Division III programs that would be very easy to transfer to D2, and Frostburg one of those. The facility's fantastic. Geographically, they were a great fit in the Mountain East. Beautiful football stadium, beautiful facilities on campus. And again, they've been a really nice fit competitively and culturally into the conference.
2-2 pitch, and this one lifted into center, and that's going to drop for a base hit there in right center field. Lane. Cunningham had a beat on it, you thought, but boy, it just kind of stayed up there and lands right in front of him. So UC with its first base hit of the game.
This Charleston team comes in as a team batting just .249, one of the lower batting averages as a team in this league.
Laying down the bunt here is Ashton Cochran, and trouble fielding it. 2 base runners aboard for the Golden Eagles here in the top of the second.
I think they'll give Atkinson an error on that play, but that's a really tough error. All your momentum is going out from behind the dish, and then you got to stop with your bare hand and pick up the ball as it's moving, as everybody's moving around you. That's a tough play to make. Atkinson couldn't hang on. And now for the second inning in a row, Charleston's threatening to break the ice.
Drew Lucy, the catcher, bunts. The throw to first. So about the only chance that Drew Jordan had was to send it on to Zane Bone. So 1 away, but the runners do advance. Little line drive bunt there by Lucy.
Jordan had a bit of a Mike Schmidt at him, coming in, charging, making that play, and a nice clean transition from glove hand to bare hand.
1 away, and that brings up center fielder Abe Fenwick, the redshirt freshman, playing right here in his hometown. He hits one sharply to second, and Boma on to Bone. And Fenwick down quickly after one swing. 2 away now, and John Stansberry, the second, will now step in for UC.
Fenwick made good contact, but he hit it to one of the 4 places in the infield you really couldn't afford to hit, and that was right at a Frostburg infielder, so no chance to get those runners home, or at least one of them home.
John Stansberry starting his 25th game of the season, 1 home run. He's driven in 9 batters, 9 runners this season. Batting-wise, just 147 average. Getting a start here today for Drew Peterson's crew. 2 are aboard for UC with 2 outs. John Smith delivers to John Stansberry, and it's fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Stansberry, a senior out of Manassas, Virginia, or as they call it in some places in this country, Bull Run.
Count now 3-1.
In that Northern Virginia, Western Maryland area, cradle for Revolutionary history, Civil War history in this case. Pretty part of the country. A big spot here for Stansberry. And a hitter's count for him, too. Looking for RBIs number 10 and 11.
Swing and a miss. Big cut there, and that brings the count full at 3-2. Stansberry digs back in. Smith trying to get out of the inning. And that will be ball 4. Bases are full here for UC with 2 gone in this top half of inning number 2. 3rd walk allowed by Smith. UC back to the top of the order in Andrew Coburn, who walked to lead off the game, and then he was picked off at first.
First time through, Smith walks 3 and gives up just 1 hit. Well, the rare mid-count visit to the mound.
Well, again, you're in a situation here. You have 3 on board. You got 2 outs. I mentioned that Robert C. Byrd, graduate of Morris Harvey, Doc Powell, jazz guitarist, worked with the likes of Stevie Wonder, Bob James, Grover Washington Jr., Aretha Franklin, Quincy Jones, and Teddy Pendergrass. Your guy that's worked in radio a long time, been around music. Those are some heavy hitters.
Yeah, those are some names right there. I wish that was, I would say, my Rolodex. But you know what I mean. You know, my contact list. I'm excited to see if you've got Jason Lee on the Frostburg State famous alums.
Well, I don't. I've got a couple.
Jason Lee, the star of My Name is Earl, if you remember that TV show from NBC back in the day. Was a one-time intern for the Hagerstown Suns at the time, and they actually partnered my year as an intern there with Frostburg State to sponsor a My Name is Earl bobblehead day.
There you go.
It was pretty cool. I still have that somewhere at the house.
1-1 the count to Coburn. And now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm going to get to the Frostburg data in the home half of the second, as we wait to see what happens here. And here is a number, and going to be scooped up there at third. Long throw and unable to make the play. And UC has struck first here. The Golden Eagles striking gold in this top half of inning number 2. Throwing error, and 2 runs come home.
Really tough error on Drew Jordan because that was a tough play to make. Again, not a very hard hit ball. The throw not handled cleanly at first base. Lane scored, Cochran behind him. All you got to do is put it in play sometimes.
Yeah. John Stansberry winds up at third. Colin Kemp will step up. He walked, and lifting this one into left field. Clean base hit, and coming and diving safely into third is Coburn. Kemp drives home. Stansberry, RBI for Colin Kemp.
With 2 outs, that error really opened the door, Mark. You go from, granted, a tough throw, but 1 play away from getting out of the inning to now all of a sudden a 3 spot on the board for Charleston here in the second.
Just about had heart failure there because they announced that Kemp was coming to the plate. It is Trent. Goes back is the batter. Hit into a fielder's choice. His first time up. And a chance here to see if he can drive home another run with Andrew Coburn at third. Colin Kemp over at first.
If they announce a dozen games or 10 or 11 games worth of hitters, they're bound to make a mistake here and there. They're allowed.
Yes, sir. Called strike.
Really nice pitch from Smith.
And they do a great job here at Gomart Ballpark in every facet.
Again, you walk into the front door and you see Mountain East banners all over the place. You see people here. It feels like a big event, and that's how it should feel, and that's something that the Dirty Birds organization and Gomart Ballpark has done an extremely good job of in the time this park's been around.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and this one lifted up into center field. Going back and unable to track it down is Cunningham. And you see 2 more across the plate, and the Golden Eagles with 5 here in the top of the second.
Thought initially maybe that ball had bounced over the fence and off the batter's eye and come back into play. And if it had done that, that would have prevented Kemp from scoring. It would have been a book rule double, but that stayed in play, and that's a break for Charleston. Again, all of these runs coming with 2 outs, and they all come either as a result of the throwing error that kept this inning open or after that error.
Well, we are going to have a pitching change, and we shall return here to Go-Mart Ballpark, UC. Big inning, and it's not over here in the capital city.
Decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
New pitcher for Frostburg, Camden Sowers, 6-foot sophomore out of York, PA, to Dallestown High School.
And see on that replay, the ball very clearly did hit the fence below the yellow line and not the batter's eye. So again, that kept it in play, and that allows Kemp to score instead of being held at third on a book rule double. But yeah, Sowers, the new pitcher, as you were talking about.
See if he can get out of this inning here and finish things off. And big hole here for Frostburg.
And a mental break there for Charleston. You've got that edge of knowing you have just chased the team's ace pitcher. Again, with 2 outs, the error by the third baseman, Jordan, allows Coburn to reach and brings 2 home. Then Kemp's single brings home a third, and Dozenbach's double 2 more. Sowers on for the 18th time this year. All but 4 of those are in relief. 35 innings of work.
So stepping in for UC will be Derek Seiss. He is the 9th batter of the inning here for the Golden Eagles, who have struck for 5.
This is what Frostburg State needs out of Sowers in 35 innings. He's struck out 34 and walked just 10. They need him to pump the strike zone and stop the bleeding.
Oh, and 1 the count. Sowers delivers. Swing and a miss. Ben Seiss, a .255 hitter, grounded to second to end that first inning. Looks at 1 upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That evens the count at 2-2.
If you're Smith, it probably doesn't sit well with you that you've been lifted in the second inning, but give Anthony Williams, the Frostburg State head coach, some credit. You're in a tournament. You're down 5-0. You got to make quick changes here to prevent this game from getting out of hand, and you may still be able to bring him back later in the tournament.
2-2. Hit foul.
Because this is only game one. You know, you're going to be playing a second game. Maybe that's tomorrow. And, you know, so it's probably not something he's done a lot, but throw in the neighborhood of 25, 30 pitches, and then come back after a day. Maybe tomorrow's a better day for him, or the next day's a better day. Always got to be nimble.
And this one is hit hard to short. Gloving it is C.J. Carmichael, and that will do it. But a big inning for UC. 5 runs come across. Frostburg coming to bat for the second time in the game here on a beautiful afternoon for Mountain East Conference baseball in Charleston. Back in a moment.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back here in Charleston, work to do for the Bobcats of Frostburg, Eric.
Yeah, down 5 runs after Charleston put together a big inning. All 5 of those runs coming with 2 outs in the frame. Frostburg State did get a leadoff double in the first, so hopefully that's one of those things that becomes contagious for the Bobcats here. That hitting becomes a trend up and down the lineup. It's a team that's hitting .291, one of the better averages in the league. I think they just have to stay within themselves.
So Drew Jordan, third baseman, will step in. All Mountain East Conference selection. .290 hitter, 1 home run, 25 runs driven in as he works against Landon Ingram. Jordan from Street, Maryland. Played baseball at the John Carroll School, was an All-Stater in 2024, 2025. So 2-1 delivery. 3 balls and 1 strike now.
Started all 50 games this year for Frostburg State. Hit .290 hitter, 25 ribbies, 8 doubles. Pretty good numbers for a guy who was worrying about prom this time a year ago.
It's in there for a called strike.
I think it would be incumbent on a lot of adults to remember back to their own transition between high school and college when looking at college athletes transitioning and doing the same. They're doing all that, plus they're adding athletics into the mix.
3-2 pitch, and this one will stay fair, and a long throw. Nicely done. Colin Kemp to Ashton Cochran, 1 away.
I think that's one of the hardest throws in baseball, Mark, from right on the foul line behind the bag. That is a long throw, and I remember a few years back on social media, I saw the old Oakland Coliseum, the football field overlaid on the baseball field. And one of the captions on the pictures was, picture this every time you see that throw from third to first. It's about a 40-yard throw.
Well, stepping up is Boma. Fenwick is on it. 2 away.
Just think about that on a football field, if that what makes it easier for you to visualize going from the 30 to the 30-yard line and delivering that on a line on the money with a guy bearing down on that first base target.
You're not going to believe this, but you are the second person today who has brought up that old Oakland Stadium.
Is that right?
Yeah, my news director and I were talking about it earlier today.
I went to a series there in 2024, the last season it was around. And it looked like a place that was out of the 70s, to be honest with you. But you know what? The customer service experience was one of the best I've ever had in a ballpark, and I hate that it's not an active Major League park anymore.
A guy named Madden won a few games there, didn't he? Inside that venue.
He had a pretty good run.
Zane Bone is the batter, 1-0 the count to the Frostburg first baseman. And we're even at 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs here. Frostburg down 5-0. Zane Bone, a .308 hitter, 6 runs batted in this season.
Sipped a lemonade on a sunny day to see the matinee finale of a Pirates Athletics series. And the guy who vended me my lemonade said, pretty peaceful, isn't it? I said, yeah, it really is.
Hit to second. Stansberry, the second, on to Cochran, and a 1-2-3 inning for Landon Ingram and the UC Golden Eagle defense. We play 2 at UC 5, and the Bobcats of Frostburg State nothing. You're watching the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship Tournament presented by the Health Plan.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We welcome you back inside Gilmar Ballpark. Top of the 3rd inning we go. And it is UC on top by a count of 5-0. A big second inning for the Golden Eagles.
I can't speak for all those folks out on I-77 way beyond the left field fence, but Landon Ingram at least is in cruise control. Because after that leadoff double he allowed in the bottom of the 1st inning, he's retired 6 in a row. And I think that's as much of a factor for Frostburg right now as anything. The fact that for them it probably feels like they've been in the field the entire game. And when you can't get back to the dugout to get that breather, to get that mental reset, that's what makes you kind of languish in a 5-0 deficit even longer than maybe you need to. So Frostburg needs to get a 1-2-3 inning right here, a quick one, and get back to the dugout. And they need to hit a little bit. They need to take some pitches, foul off some pitches, send a few guys to the plate, and just get that reset. Even if they don't come up with any runs in that half inning, just that little bit of a break and make Landon Ingram work a little bit. But the first things first, they need to get out of this inning quickly.
Max Lane will start it out, and he led off the last inning, and he got it going for UC with a single. Working against Camden Sowers.
I'm always interested in bullpen usage in tournaments, and we saw a couple teams yesterday bring their second starter out of the bullpen and really use that person as a stopper. We'll see if Frostburg State doesn't pivot and maybe go to that second guy later.
This one lifted upstairs, out of play.
But it's always these fun debates in a tournament. Do you go with your second best starter? Do you go with your bullpen ace? Who do you use first? Again, Sauer's a guy who has started, but again, most of his appearances have been out of the bullpen. Hunter Lehue was the other guy aside from John Smith who has a double-digit number of starts this year. So how do they deploy these guys?
This one hit to left field, and that will drop at the base of the fence out there, and a huge, huge start for UC here in this top of the third as Max Lane drives that one.
Speaking of being deployed, that ball was deployed off his bat to the base of the fence. That got out there in a hurry. Couple shots that I thought were going to elevate and maybe clear the fences today, and neither one of them has done so far.
Ashton Cochran also singled, squaring to bunt, pulls back, 1-0 the count. All right, so we talked about a little bit of history on UC, which at one time was Morris Harvey. 1-0, bunt laid down nicely by Cochran, and Sowers will field it. Gets it on to first baseman Zane Bone. But that will move the base runner Max Lane on to third. Drew Lucy. Sacrifice there in the second inning. Thrown out by Drew Jordan, the third baseman, to Zane Bone. Moved runners over. Got a man at third, and a called strike. Frostburg State, founded in 1898. And 1 ball and 1 strike. It was the State Normal School number 2. Then it was the State Teachers College at Frostburg. Then became Frostburg State College, and now Frostburg State University. One university, a world of experiences. The motto, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you're a big baseball guy. And Jim Riggleman.
Ooh.
1974, manager for the Padres, Cubs, Mariners, Nationals, Reds.
He got a lot of chances to be the manager.
Yeah, fouls this one off, that being Lucy. And drafted by the Dodgers out of Frostburg. But you were mentioning My Name is Earl.
Yeah?
Gregory Thomas Garcia, 1992 graduate, Emmy award-winning writer, TV producer for Yes Dear, Raising Hope, and My Name is Earl.
And that's where he met Jason Lee, and they created the show.
Yeah. And I guess in My Name is Earl, they did some references to Frostburg.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's a nice tip of the cap to the alma mater, you know? But yeah, Jason Lee, the star of My Name is Earl, Frostburg State graduate. Yes, dear, an underrated TV show, by the way.
Fouled off again. That one I never had a chance to take in, but you have to remember now, I don't watch a lot, and when I do, I'm watching Seinfeld reruns for about the millionth time. Andy Griffith also.
You're busy making TV. No time to watch TV.
The 2-2, and a swing and a miss, and a strikeout. First strikeout of the game here for Frostburg pitching, and that will bring up Abe Fenwick. Didn't really get a chance to talk much about Abe. First time he was up because he took the first offering, grounded out to second, 214 hitter, 23rd start of the season. A home run, 10 runs batted in. He was an outstanding quarterback here in Charleston at George Washington High School. And he takes this one into right center field and a base hit. So Abe Fenwick, and Abe is just going to keep on trucking and slides in safely. Nicely done by Abe Fenwick.
Well, maybe using those quarterback skills with the read option to read that ball in right center field. Tanner Cunningham or Hall or whatever to cut that off. And when they went into a slide, they kind of stumbled a little bit coming out of that slide. And reading that all the way, Fenwick kept going and went ahead and trucked into second base with the RBI double. Yeah, Fenwick from just up on the hill. Didn't really give either of us a lot of time to talk about him here. That's 2 for 2. He's seeing exactly 2 pitches today.
He'll get more into his football if he can let one go by. All right, that brings up John Stansberry II. He was on board with a walk.
I don't believe Steve Edwards asked him to read option a whole lot, but he did make a nice read of that ball in right center.
Stansberry would later score following the walk. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I like that stride of Fenwick between first and second. Long legs, and just you could see him think as he's moving. And you know, when you see a guy make that read and has the athleticism to back it up, that's always really impressive.
Backhanded there at short by Carmichael. Long throw and unable to get Stansberry. Fenwick moves to third.
Give Zane Bones some credit, too, here at first base for knowing he does not have the ability to reach to make that play. Cuts it off to prevent Fenwick from scoring. I know sometimes first baseman will be hooked to that bag and committed to making that play, but sometimes you really just need to cut your losses there and prevent any further damage.
Back to the top of the order, and Andrew Coburn, third time up in this game. Walked, was picked off, and then reached on an error and scored a run.
Mark, all 6 Charleston runs have scored with 2 outs in the inning. And right now, if you're Frostburg State, your priority has got to be getting out of innings, getting that third out.
Runner goes. And they dig that one out was Atkinson. Stansberry at second, Fenwick at third. Count 2-0 to Coburn. Colin Kemp on deck for UC. Sowers fires, and that one is in there for a called strike. In third game of the tournament, 14-7 yesterday, Glenville over Wheeling, 6-5 Point Park topping Concord. And this one is drilled, and that will go foul. A 2-2 count here to Andrew Coburn. Glenville scoring 4 runs in the top of the first yesterday, never looked back. Point Park was down 3-1 in the 7th. And a tie game going into the 9th at 5-5. Point Park gets a run home. Eric, you had the pleasure of calling that one, and good way to end day one.
It was a fun game, and a game that, like you said, had a lot of action in that 8th inning, a lot of lead changes, momentum shifts.
Andrew Coburn had a base hit in the first game this season against the Bobcats. First of 2 games there at the Welch Athletic Complex. He strikes out here, and the inning is over. And Got a 6-0 game here, and we will return in just a moment here on the Mount.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners, because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan, here for you.
Well, some of the fans enjoying the bright sunshine and baseball here on this late Thursday afternoon. Landon Ingram ready to go to work here in the third inning. Frostburg trailing it 6-0.
All those folks there made the trek from Glenville, enjoying a nice day in West Virginia's capital city. Would be a nicer day for you if you'd come through and made that big win last night. Glenville State, like you said in the last half inning, they scored those runs in the first. They never looked back. Meanwhile, Landon Ingram's put away 6 in a row. Well, that's an announcer jinx right there. I'm not even through saying it. And he hit Sam Atkinson.
So Sam Atkinson hit by the pitch, and off to first he goes.
I'm not the most adept in Yiddish slang, but I think that hit him in the chukas. Maybe just above it.
Atkinson, a .217 hitter, and he is on board. C.J. Carmichael will now step to the plate. The shortstop for Frostburg. Carmichael, a redshirt sophomore, went to Bloom Carroll High School out of Lancaster, Ohio. Home of the Golden Gales.
Home of one of the final open editions of one of my favorite restaurant chains of all time. They have one of the last Rax restaurants still standing in Lancaster,
Is that right?
Ohio.
Wow. Yeah. That was a blast from the past.
You like that?
Yes.
You weren't expecting to hear a Rax reference today.
Ingram with the 2-1, and yes, sir, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I know you're much younger than me, but I'll give you a name. You may have heard of him, and one of the all-time great quarterbacks in Ohio State football history, Rex Kern, came out of there, helped lead Woody Hayes and the Buckeyes to a national championship back in the late 60s. And he would go on to tell you what a great athlete he was. He goes to the NFL, and he starts as a defensive back for the Buffalo Bills. But he was Mr. Everything at Lancaster High School before moving on to Columbus just up the road. For all the Ohio State fans out there, I think they'll 3-2 the count.
You don't see that anymore, or you rarely see that anymore with a guy who gets drafted and then immediately the NFL team has him play a different position. Usually they come out of college, plug and play, but you used to see that a lot. Guys that maybe were misutilized in college, NFL team looks at him and sees that athleticism and says, I could do something else with that.
Had a plethora of injuries while in the NFL. Well, that's going to be A free pass for Carmichael here.
I think the hit batsman might have thrown Ingram off a little bit, makes the pitch clock violation on 3 and 2, and
Tanner Cunningham led off the game with a single and could help his team's cause right here as they trail 6-0. That's the only base hit of the game thus far. And he looks at a called strike. Well, I was at my grandparents' house in Ripley. Their last name, by the way, was High School. So maybe I was destined to be in high school sports and call high school action. Not spelled like that, but that is how it's pronounced. But my aunt and uncle, my grandfather's brother, they were in, so a great aunt and uncle for me. They were in from Lancaster, where they lived. And there was a college football highlight show on Sunday afternoons on ABC. This one lifted skyward. And who will call it? It will be Abe Fenwick for the out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. And my Aunt Edna, who was just a sweetheart of a lady, she goes, "Oh, John," her husband, "there's some highlights of Rex." And I'm like, "Rex Kern? How do you know him?" She's, "Oh, we've known him since he was a baby. And his father was my great uncle's barber." so I was a Rex Kern fan from then on. And then many years later, working in radio in southeastern Ohio and doing some state tournament previews and history of the past, Lancaster had gone to the state boys basketball tournament in Ohio with Rex Kern being their star, and somehow I tracked him down and did a neat interview with him. It was pretty cool.
And they said, "Oh, Rex, he mows the yard."
I'm sure he did.
That boy,
he did everything.
That boy from just down the street. Such a nice young man.
Manny Hall struck out first time up. Behind in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 away here, 2 on. Frostburg trailing 6-0.
I think it's important when you have young athletes that there's some people that know them first, just as that boy from down the street, that girl from down the street, that girl I go to church with, you know.
This one drilled into center. That will drop in front of Fenwick. Frostburg on the board. Atkinson scores for the Bobcats.
Huge base knock for Manny Hall and huge for Frostburg after throwing up a 0 in the bottom of the third, or rather giving up just the 1 run in the third to get on the board and get that back themselves. So we're seeing some fight here out of Frostburg State's offense, and we're seeing them make Landon Ingram work. And it started when he hit Sam Atkinson to start this inning. Again, just a bit of a difference in the variation. He'd retired 6 in a row. He walks Carmichael after the fly out, the single, to make it a 6-1 ball game.
Manny Hall now with 14 runs batted in this season, and Jackson Shalik, the All-Mountain East Conference performer, the left fielder, lifted one up to second for the second out of that first inning. 2-0 the count. So Jackson Shalik is from Elmer, New Jersey, and he went to Arthur P. Shalik High School.
Ooh.
So I kind of thought, well, okay, let's look that up. And there is, some data out there that probably somewhere they are related.
Ancestry.com says.
Yes. He lettered 2 years in football, 3 in basketball, 3 in baseball. He was also a golfer, National Honor Society. First team All-Stars division in football. Won a lot of awards. And the junior makes his way to Frostburg, Maryland.
They always say, make sure you represent that name on the front of your jersey instead of the back. Well, in this case, it was the same name.
It was.
He represented both well from the sounds of it.
Started 50 games a year ago. Finished with a .310 batting average at the moment. He entered this tournament .370. Runners move on, but it's ball 4. Bases full here for Frostburg in this home half of the third.
And now all of a sudden, an inning where Frostburg breaks the ice becomes a huge opportunity. Down 6-1. A base hit, and all of a sudden you've cut that lead in half. You go even further, you're right back in it. It's a brand new game.
Jake Holler will step in, grounded to shortstop to end the first. Just one out here. And Sowers delivers a strike to Holler. Count now 1-1. You see, coming into this game, they had lost 2 straight, 8-0 and 6-5 to rival West Virginia State. This one is fair, and a long throw got him. Nice job. Touched the bag and fired on.
Great awareness for Kemp to find that bag with his foot. Realized he could get 2 to end the inning, and a great throw to finish it. A much-needed shot in the arm for Landon Ingram.
Frostburg does get a run across, and we have played 3 full innings here. 6-1 game. Back in a moment in Charleston.
Decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
We welcome you back inside Gomart Ballpark here in Charleston. Beautiful, sunshiny Thursday, Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship event. Great that you could be with us here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network. Along with Eric Little, our great crew, I'm Mark Martin, and it is my pleasure to turn over the duties to Eric Little here for innings 4, 5, and 6. Take it away, my man.
Thank you so much, Mark Martin. It'll be Colin Kemp, who made that really fine double play to end the bottom half of the third, leading things off. Trent Dosenbach and Derek Seiss for Charleston against reliever Camden Sowers of the Frostburg State Bobcats. He came on to get the final out of the second inning and has been on ever since. Both bullpens have been quiet. Both teams have threatened offensively. We'll see how long that stays intact. Kemp takes a first pitch inside for ball 1. RBI single and a walk for Kemp today. A really big opportunity lost for Frostburg State. They had the bases full in that third inning. A run home. They did cut into what was a 6-run lead, but opportunity to get more lost. 2 balls and no strikes to Colin Kemp. Such a common theme in baseball. When you have those opportunities to add on or cut into a lead and you don't take advantage of it, those tend to hurt you right away. Big swing and a miss as Sowers comes back with a breaking ball. We saw that so many times yesterday in the Wheeling-Glenville State game. And the point Point Park Concord game as well, 2-2. But a fine play by Kemp to end the inning. This matchup of 2 seeds, Charleston and Frostburg State. Here's the 2-1. Lifted into center field. Drifting back from second base, Ryan Boma makes the catch. 1 gone here in the 4th inning. 2-run double for Trent Dozenbach, his last time up. Again, all 6 Charleston runs have been with 2 outs in the inning. Those are real backbreakers here for Frostburg State. And I think I've said it before, they've just got to close out innings. First pitch swinging, Dozenbach lifts it into left center. It gets down for a base hit. Dozenbach, the second Bobcat of the day, or second Golden Eagle of the day, with a multi-hit game. Max Lane, the only other one to have 2 hits today, is on deck. Derek Seiss stands in with 1 out and 1 on.
And UC coming up there aggressive and swinging quickly.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot in Abe Fenwick's at-bats because we've wanted to talk about Fenwick, and he's exactly seen 2 pitches today. But it is a team-wide thing we're seeing out of the Golden Eagles. They're jumping right on these pitchers and going for that first pitch. John Smith, the starter, had a pickoff today. Sowers trying for another. Seiss, the freshman out of Westminster, Missouri. The pitch swung on and missed. Dozenbach bluffs a steal and trots back to first.
Now, Eric, these teams we mentioned played here in Charleston earlier in the season across the river at the Welch Athletic Complex, and it was Frostburg winning both games 2-0 and 13-3. 7-inning games, but UC had 7 hits in the first game. Frostburg had 8. And in the second game, UC managed just 3, so they've clearly gone beyond what they were able to accomplish there at home back in March.
And you touched on this, the idea that those were 7-inning games, and now these teams adjusting to playing 9. We get a rare pitch out. Runner not in motion, 1-1. All these tournament games are 9-inning games, and it's been a while since these teams have really played a lot of 9-inning games, unless you're playing those non-conference midweek. A lot of times those are the games that go first when it gets cold or rainy. The 1-1 outside. So how do you navigate that 8th inning? How do you get those last 3 outs in the 9th inning? A little less urgency offensively, but still, we're in a tournament. Down 5 runs. Frostburg State doesn't want to go too long with a 5-run deficit. Right now you see a big emphasis on run prevention. Charleston has scored in 2 of their 3 innings at the dish. Here's the 2-1 from Sowers. Ball 3. There does appear to be some stirring in that Frostburg State bullpen. Again, when you're trailing in a tournament, you really have to be flexible with your pitching plans and be willing to adjust midstream. Seiss pops the 3-1 into shallow center, drifting back. It's Boma again, backpedaling, and he almost let that one drop in. He makes the catch. 2 down, 2 down.
Well, he hangs on there, and those are the kind of plays that could really be disastrous.
There's not a big breeze, but whatever gentle breeze there is blowing out toward right field. So the ball just kind of got really high, and the higher it goes, the more it gets impacted by that breeze. And it just kept going and going, and so did Boma. And there it is. Toss to first, and the runner's back.
How about this sunshine?
What a day this is. I mean, this is everything that yesterday wasn't. So here's Maxwell Lane. Max Lane takes outside for a ball. I always say a bad day at a ballpark is better than a good day a lot of other places. But boy, yesterday was a rough one. If you were not inside, it was tough to stay dry pretty much no matter where you were. But today is gorgeous. Runner bluffs from first. It's a cold strike on the outer edge to Max Lane.
Yeah, I think it can be said for almost any sporting event. If you're there,
it beats me in a lot of other places.
It's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working. Like
no doubt. No doubt. Ball and a strike to Lane. Another toss to first. And this is something that's been limited and curtailed at the big league level. You can only throw over a couple times. And that rule does not exist in college. So you're seeing Sowers throw over and over and over again. That is allowed here at the college level right now. The 1-1. Lane pops it foul.
Well, I used to call games at Wapow Park the high school state tournament. And so many times you could just see a game break open because of that. They would just keep throwing and throwing and throwing. And, boy, if it got past that first baseman, you could run for days.
Uh-huh. Well, some of those yards back in the day had a lot of foul ground and a small portion of seats that bent in toward the infield, but then an odd angle and a little pocket behind the bag where that ball could just get caught and take third easily. These newer parks push fans closer to the action, especially these minor league parks. Not a ton of foul ground, but I think this place plays bigger in foul ground from the bases in. Maybe you realize. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball past the pitcher. Tough play at short. Carmichael charges, gloves, throws.
Nice job.
And gets the out in the inning. So Dozenbach holds at first base, and Frostburg State closes out Charleston and keeps them off the board in the fourth. We'll go to the bottom half. Charleston 6, Frostburg State 1 on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
5-run lead for Landon Ingram. Charleston right-hander struggled a bit in the third inning. He hit the leadoff batter, walked 2 in the inning, gave up an RBI single to Manny Hall to put Frostburg State on the board. But Ingram got a double play ball to get out of the inning. Sometimes that's what you need to do is battle through those jams, Mark, and he was able to do that successfully in that third inning.
Yeah, good confidence booster for Ingram. Again, they have built him a nice lead here, and you want to hang on to it if you can.
Drew Jordan leads off for Frostburg State.
Visitors have had the upper hand in this tournament so far.
Had 2 lower seeds winning yesterday, and now the visiting team with a 5-run lead. There's a lot of baseball left to play, though. I think we have not seen the last of this Frostburg State offense, not by a long shot. Jordan takes a breaking ball off the plate. I think today we're going to see 2 fantastic games. These are a pair of 2 seeds in this tournament in this game. And that's always exciting. And then an elimination game afterwards. 2 teams fighting for their tournament lives. Ball 2 high. You were talking about how beautiful it is. You can see a long way down the line past the right field fence. Shadows of the clouds on the hillsides, the glistening of the Golden Dome, sunshine, blue skies overhead. Perfect day for baseball. This is roped into left, but right at Derek Seiss. He makes the grab. One gone. Basically, if you're within driving distance, have we not sold you on the idea of making the trip yet? If we haven't, what more do you and I need to say?
Now, we will say, if you are driving, we hope you have company, and they are watching the game.
Yes. Here's Ryan Boma.
We don't need any distractions while driving, right?
I'm thinking of those who are within driving distance but are still on the couch.
I got you.
Trying to get them off the couch and into the ballpark. Second pitch to Boma, a ground ball. Eats up Stansberry, recovers, and a bang-bang play at first goes in favor of the Golden Eagles. 2 gone.
Well, the one nice thing that Stansberry does there, and he has a little bit of an issue, but never took his eye off that ball.
I think that's a sign of a veteran infielder, knowing exactly how much time you have to make that play. Didn't get rushed. A lot of times you see guys that booted initially, they get panicked, and then the second time they reach for it, that's mishandled as well. This is lined toward right field, and Bohm drops down a base hit inside the stripe. A 2-out single for Zane Bone.
And then Bone prevents Frostburg from being sent down 1-2-3 for a second time in this game. Happened back in the second, so a nice piece of hitting there by Zane Bone.
At one point, Ingram retired 6 in a row for Frostburg State. Managed to get some business against him. Cold strike on the outer edge, breaking ball. Sam Atkinson down a strike. Was hit by a pitch and scored the lone Frostburg State run back in the third. Swinging Atkinson deals this one into left field. Back goes Derek Seiss. He reaches up and makes the catch just before the fence.
Wow.
Careens into the fence after making that catch to end the inning. Worth another look. Seiss perhaps saves a run. Looks into the sun, makes this catch. Runs into the fence. We go to the fifth. It's a 6-1 Charleston lead over Frostburg State on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University. On to the fifth. It's a 6-1 lead for Charleston over Frostburg State. Camden Sowers on in relief. He's been on since the second inning. He'll face Ashton Cochran, the six-hitter leading off. Drew Lucy and Abe Fenwick to follow. Only an RBI double from Fenwick has blemished Sowers' record. He came on in relief of ace John Smith, who was lifted in the second inning. Didn't throw a lot of pitches, and so you have to wonder if maybe they're saving him, unplugging him now early and saving him for later in the tournament. Again, a 6-1 lead, and all 6 of those Charleston runs with 2 outs. They scored 5 in the second inning. An error with 2 outs brought home 2. Colin Kemp's RBI single followed to make it 3-0. Trent Dosenbach doubled home 2 more. And then Abe Fenwick doubled home a 2-out run in the third inning. Ashton Cochran looking for his second hit of the game, stands in. Cochran takes a cold strike on the outer edge from the right-hander Sowers. Just notice the gentleman sitting in the seats behind the third base dugout in a Charleston Wheelers hat. Like maybe a Wheelers jersey top, I can't tell. The 0-1 fouled back. Either that or it's just a pinstriped Oxford. I can't tell, but of course part of the long baseball heritage here in the capital city. Wheelers became the Alley Cats. They became the West Virginia Power, then the West Virginia Dirty Birds. Feel like I'm reading the begats out of the Bible. Here's the 0-2 upstairs. They became the Charleston Dirty Birds. The name went away from being the states to the cities. From the belt, the 1-2. Off the plate, Cochran leaves it there. 2+ decades. Charleston baseball has been played here at what's now called Gomart Ballpark. Right here in the heart of town. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball down and in. Charleston looking to score for the third inning in the last 4 and grow a 6-1 lead.
Yeah, last year was the 20th anniversary of this park, and I just thought to myself, where did those 20 years go?
The 3-2 swung on a miss. Cochran down on strikes. One away here in the 5th inning, and strikeout number 3 for Sowers on in relief for John Smith. I've had that thought a lot recently, too. I'm a Pirates fan, PNC Park, 25 years old this year. That doesn't seem right. A lot of these parks still seem very new in a lot of ways. Here's Drew Lucy. That one stays high. Lucy swings and lifts this deep to left center field. Back goes Tanner Cunningham. He reaches up and makes the catch on the warning track just shy of the fence. No explaining to do there for Lucy. A nice shot, but he had it tracked down by Cunningham. So here's Abe Fenwick.
All right, I'm going to tell you real quick. Abe, out of high school, was going to go to William & Mary, decided instead to go to WVU, spend some time there with the program, and then comes back to UC where he was an outstanding baseball player growing up in this city with GW. There we got it out because he's going to, well, he didn't swing at that pitch.
I was going to say, Mark, were I a betting man, I would have bet that he was going to swing at the first pitch there.
We've been trying to get that football data out for, what are we, the 5th inning now?
Sometimes that's how it works. You have a great story, you try to tell it, and the players just don't cooperate. Takes the second one, 2 balls and no strikes.
Great young man and playing for a terrific coach there at GW in football, Steve Edwards Jr. Father Steve Sr. was a great coach there, the facility named in his honor.
We knew Abe was ready to cut at some point, swing and a miss, 2-1.
Love Steve Edwards Jr. Neat story about him. He, 1979, graduate of high school.
2 balls and a strike. And there for strike 2.
He played in the first game ever at Mountaineer Field.
How about that?
In 1980, Don Nealon's opener, but he was playing for the Cincinnati Bearcats.
That's interesting.
He was on the opposing team.
Fenwick awaits the 2-2 from Sowers. Fouls it away.
Told me that he was in a game at Alabama, and he just sees Bear Bryant leaning against the goalpost, and he said, you know what? I had to do it. And I ran down there and shook his hand.
Well, that's pretty cool. And now you got a memory for life. I like it when players do that and show that respect to veteran coaches. You see it more and more now. That one's off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A few coaches are worthy of that respect. Bear Bryant certainly was one of them. Might have single-handedly made houndstooth cool for a whole generation. Picture him in that signature fedora. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fenwick chases down and in. Had a 1-2-3 inning from Sowers. For the first time, Charleston retired in order. We're halfway home from West Virginia's capital city. It's Charleston 6, Frostburg State 1. This is the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship presented by the Health Plan. Beautiful day here in Charleston, West Virginia, and right now, if you're a Charleston Golden Eagles fan, you got to be thinking that scoreboard might have the best view of all. 6-1, Charleston on the strength of a 5-run second inning where they batted around and sent Frostburg State starting pitcher John Smith to the showers early on. 9-1-2 for Frostburg State here in the 5th as they look to get back into this one. With Mark Martin, I'm Eric Little. Glad to have you here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. First to 2 games today. Jack Withrow joins me for the nightcap. It's an elimination game between the 2 1 seeds, Wheeling and Concord. How often do you see the 1 seeds in the tournament playing on the second day? Pitch runs inside and Carmichael hit. So he'll take first base. Second time in 3 innings that Ingram has plunked the leadoff batter. Yeah, you don't expect very often to see the top 2 seeds playing an elimination game almost from the jump, and that's where we are in this tournament. Tanner Cunningham in search of his second hit of the day. He's plunked. Breaking ball doesn't break enough. And now with nobody out, 2 are on for Frostburg State. And Manny Hall, the owner of their only RBI, strides to the dish. All of a sudden, it looks like Charleston's going to get some action going in their bullpen. And with that stirring, we'll get a mound visit to maybe kill some time for that. These 2 teams, the last 2 teams in the tournament to be making their debuts in the tournament. We touched on this a little bit yesterday. When you've got the top 3 teams in each division, the top 6 in your league, playing in a tournament, there really shouldn't be a ton of separation between 1 and 3 in either of those cases. You're going to get 6 really good teams. You're seeing a good bit of that parity in motion in this tournament. Mound visit complete. So here's Manny Hall.
It was Carter Lyles who'd come out with the visit there for the Golden Eagles. But just a little quick chat and back to work.
And now they finally summon a lefty to get him going in the bullpen. Pitch is low and outside for a ball. I was watching to see from exactly where this pitcher came from, and I believe their pitchers are stashed underneath that party deck there. A little bench down there. Be a pretty cool hangout. Hall shoots this one into center field. It's down for a base hit. Carmichael holds at third. They put the brakes on. The bases are full for Jackson Shalick. Nobody out, and this is Frostburg State's best opportunity. On a ball mark that looked very similar to the hit he had in the third inning. He just shot that one into the outfield and is on with the second hit of the day.
Yeah, after striking out his first time up, he has definitely come back here with 2 base hits.
So Shalick ready. The pitch from Ingram is hit well into left field. Back goes Sice. He looks up and it's off the wall. Carmichael scores. Cunningham to third. It's a long single. Everybody held up. It's an RBI for Jackson Shalick, and it's a 6-2 ball game. This ball got out there quickly. How close did it come? That hit the wall pretty high up. Again, Carmichael waited to make sure that was going to be off the wall, but boy, when Sice turned to play it off the wall, you'd think the runners might have started to move a little bit quicker. Base is still full for Holler. First pitch swinging, a foul ball. Back-to-back hit batsman, then back-to-back hits. And Holler, the tying run at the dish here in the bottom of the fifth inning for Frostburg State. Ingram ready. The pitch is swung on and belted into left field. Sice plays it again off the fence. Cunningham scores right behind him. Here's Manny Hall, and it's a 6-4 ball game on what's a long single for Jake Holler off the left field fence.
2 in a row that I thought was gone.
I saw this one hit in real time. He hit the lady's face out there on the sign. Cunningham got the memo. Hall right behind him. And now a mound visit. So Charleston's going to go to the bullpen and bring on the left-hander. So Shalick holds at second. Holler at first base. Drew Jordan is the 6th hitter this inning and represents the go-ahead run. Called to the bullpen. And the day is over for Landon Ingram. So in the bottom of the 5th inning, Frostburg State has put 3 on the board. Still nobody out. The lead cut to 6-4. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher after this on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
The new left-hander is J.P. Schultz on out of the Charleston bullpen, making his 15th appearance of the season. He started 3 games, 4.68 ERA for Schultz, 21 strikeouts, but 23 walks and 32 2/3. He's allowed 17 earned runs, 26 hits. But again, that strikeout to walk ratio not in the right direction. And for a Frostburg State team that's benefited from the free pass or the hit batsman this inning, Schultz is somebody who had better pound the strike zone. The tying run is at first base. Drew Jordan, the go-ahead run bat. So we said this a couple times already today. Even down 6-1. A lot of baseball left to play, and Frostburg State showing us exactly why you can't count anybody out this early in the tournament game.
A big inning here, what the Bobcats have been waiting for, and far from over, they hope, with no outs.
J.P. Schultz ready to go. Base is full. Schultz bunts it foul. I checked that. They're at first and second. So with nobody out, Jordan trying to put down the sacrifice bunt. This is really tricky to defend here if you're Charleston, because if you come in, he can pull that back and slap a base hit through and really make this interesting. First baseman Cochran ready to aggressively charge and does. The bunt down. It is Cochran at first, turns, fires to first, gets the out. Stansberry comes over to cover, and the bunt pushes Shalick to third and Holler to second base on the first out. I know this is an older example for a lot of folks, but when I see a first baseman aggressively charged like that, I think Keith Hernandez. He was known for doing that.
Yeah, nice defensive play. They needed an out in the worst way.
Ryan Boma can tie it up with one swing. Also give Frostburg State the lead with one swing. He takes a ball low and outside. The seventh man to bat this inning. 2 in a row were hit by a pitch. 3 in a row singled. The last 2 singles brought home 3 runs and a sac bunt from Jordan. Infield up at the corners for Charleston. Boma takes a ball downstairs. Good block from Drew Lucy. This one gets away from the Charleston bullpen. Time called. They've got another right-hander going. See, it's a lefty in that Charleston bullpen. Kai Close is the guy they've got throwing. So again, Charleston looks like they are saving their starting pitching arms and going with the bullpen guys at this point. The 1-0. Bell high. 2 balls and no strikes. And I think, Mark, maybe you pitch a little bit differently if you have the lead than if you don't have the lead. 3 balls and no strikes. The offering to Boma, swung on, hit well left field. Seiss is back at the track, at the wall, it's gone! And Frostburg State has their first lead of the day on a 3-run bomb to left field off the bat of Ryan Boma.
Well, you just keep hammering away, and before you know it, you may see yourself in front, and that is the case. They had 2 that we thought might be leaving the park. They did not. That one did.
A pinch hitter here for Zane Bone. Logan Helzer. Curveball to Helzer, low and away, swing and a miss for a strike. A .284 hitter. 20 RBIs, pretty good total to bring off the bench. Helzer takes downstairs for a ball. Fifth on the team in runs batted in. 7-6 Frostburg State lead for the first time today. Breaking ball outside. Frostburg State with 7 unanswered runs to erase a 6-0 lead. 3-1. The catcher, Sam Atkinson, on deck. He will be the 9th man to bat this inning for Frostburg State. The 3-1 bounced foul, third base dugout. The Frostburg State peppers the left field fence. Ryan Boma just says, hey, here's a little bit more launch angle on this one. Hang him and bang him, breaking ball, and Helzer fouls it outside. First base side. Still in the bottom of the 5th inning, a 6th spot for Frostburg State. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. And Schultz comes back with a breaking ball to get Helzer for the second out of the inning. Here's Sam Atkinson. It's outside for a ball. 5 consecutive reached base for Frostburg State to start the inning. Drew Jordan bunted 2 over, and then Ryan Boma's 3-run homers flipped the script. He made this a 7-6 Frostburg State lead in the bottom of the 5th. Still a ton of baseball to play from Gomart Ballpark. We're only to the halfway point. This is a cold strike on the outer edge. So 2 days in a row, Mark, we see the runs early in the day. Took the nightcap until 8 o'clock to the 8th inning to wake up last night. That's a call, third strike. On a breaking ball on the outer edge. Atkinson down looking to end the inning. Frostburg State makes a statement, sending 9 to the plate and scoring 6 times. Shalik singles home a run. Holler doubles home 2. Ryan Boma homers to bring home 3 more. And through 6, it is Frostburg State 7, Charleston 6 from Charleston.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Tomorrow's innovators, teachers, caregivers, researchers, leaders, and creators all have one thing in common. They started out just like you. At West Liberty University, you are the focus. This is a place where you will gain the skills, knowledge, and confidence to change your life and the world around you. It all starts here, with you. Visit westliberty.edu to start your journey. It's all here at West Liberty University.
A brand new ball game. Frostburg State out in front for the first time on the 3-run home run by Ryan Boma. We go to the top of the 6th inning, 9-1-2 against a new pitcher for Frostburg State, Hunter Lehue. We talked about this a little earlier. Lehue is the only other starting pitcher that has double-digit starts this season. This is just Lehue's 2nd relief outing of the season. So Frostburg State, now that they have the lead, Mark, they're opting to go with another one of their starting aces. And really, it's like hitting reset on the whole game.
Yeah, this game has taken a complete different look now. UC stormed out to the 5-0 lead. It was a 6-0 lead. Frostburg finally got on the board, and then the 6-run explosion on this sunshiny day here in Charleston. And UC now goes to work trailing for the first time today.
John Stansberry leads off against the right-hander Hunter Lehue. Check swing, foul ball. Against the 2nd relief appearance of the year for Lehue. He's thrown 58 in the 3rd inning, 2nd most only to Smith on this roster. 57 strikeouts to 25 walks, 45 hits allowed, 27 earned runs. Opponents off Lehue hitting a slender 214. The 1-strike pitch. Down. And how about a tip of the cap to reliever Sowers. Camden Sowers, 3 1/3 innings, a 1-run ball, scattered 4 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts to keep Frostburg State in this one. Stanberry looks at a 1-1. It's outside for ball 2. That's a crucial ingredient in any comeback, Mark. You need to have that pitcher that just comes in and stops the bleeding and acts like the tourniquet, and that's what Sowers did today.
Yeah, they started their ace. It didn't work out, and Sowers comes in and does yeoman's work.
Count runs to 3-1 on John Stansberry. Sebastian Kahn of Wheeling also chased early. Swing and a miss. Count runs full. So, a bit of trend here in this tournament. Aces that not able to make it out of the early innings. Although Smith unplugged a good deal earlier, have to wonder when they'll feel comfortable going back to him in this tournament. The payoff pitch, swing and a foul tip. It's dropped, but then I guess it wasn't foul tipped. Stansberry swings and misses. Atkinson slaps the tag after dropping the pitch. There it is. 1 gone here in the 6th. Again, 3 games here from Gomart Ballpark tomorrow. Moving day in the tournament, really. Here's Coburn. Outside for ball 1. The loser of this game plays at noon. The winner of this game plays at 3:30. So either way, these teams will both play tomorrow, the 1-0. It's upstairs. Still, you'd have to wonder if you're Frostburg State, would you feel comfortable coming back with Smith tomorrow? Do you feel comfortable coming back with him on Saturday? Those things, I think, still on the table. 3-0.
It's so much different if you are playing for your life.
Yeah.
If you know you got a little room to breathe and maybe can experiment, but I think they always say go with the guy that got you there and one of your best. And again, maybe not his best today for sure, but what is it they say? It's hard to keep a good man down.
Sure. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A ground ball up the first base side. It rolls foul. Again, 41 pitches for John Smith. So how much rest will they want to give him in a tournament setting? Hunter Lehue on now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Lifted left center field. Shalick over, Cunningham over. It's Shalick in the gap on the run. 2 outs. Well, Sowers retired the last 5 he faced, and you add Lehue's pair at 7 Golden Eagles in a row that have been set down. They have just 1 hit since the 3rd inning. So the faucet on this Charleston offense has been moved to the off position. RBI single for Colin Kemp back in the 2nd inning. Looks for another. 7-6 Frostburg State. And a ground ball third base side, gobbled up by Jordan. Throws across the diamond, and a 1-2-3 inning. 2nd in a row, authored by 2 different Frostburg State pitchers. We go to the home half of the 6th inning. And Frostburg State, for the first time, comes to the dish, leading 7-6 from Charleston. Back in Charleston, it's a 7-6 Frostburg State lead as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Alongside Mark Martin, I'm Eric Little. Glad to be with you on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. Train rolls by beyond the left field fence. I hear those whistles in the background.
It used to be a common theme there at Old Wapow Park to see the trains going by. There's always the story that Dave Parker hit one that landed and longest ball ever hit because what had traveled to Pittsburgh, I believe.
I think he told that story for years from what I've heard. I've heard multiple people that heard that story at autograph signings. He would boast about that. And why wouldn't you? One strike pitch to Carmichael, down and in. I grew up in St. Mary's, West Virginia, where we have a train that runs through Main Street. So it's
right.
Well, it makes me feel like home hearing a train rumble right down the middle of the street in the middle of the afternoon. The 1-1. 2 balls and a strike to C.J. Carmichael. Still looking for his first official appearance. A walk and a hit by pitch. Carmichael lifts this one to the right side. First baseman Ashton Cochran in front of the dugout makes the catch. 1 out for the top of the order in Tanner Cunningham. J.P. Schultz, the left-hander, came on in relief. Drew Jordan bunted runners over. Ryan Boma's home run gave Frostburg State the lead. And then back-to-back strikeouts from Schultz got the Golden Eagles out of the inning. And they've got another reliever up in the bullpen if they want to go that direction. Pitch taken for a ball. Again, you're in the 6th inning. Remember, these are 9-inning games. Teams that might be used to playing 7-inning games. It's not the urgent situation that it might be otherwise on a regular weekend series. 2 balls and no strikes. Charleston can afford to leave Schultz out there and let him try to slam the door shut while they figure out what they want to do for the back innings. A double for Cunningham in the first inning. They left him stranded, and he takes a strike. Yeah, Cunningham greeted Ingram with a double, and then Ingram, the starting pitcher for the Golden Eagles, retired 6 in a row. Here's the 2-1. It's high. Manny Hall is on deck, and he has been a pesky hitter for Charleston pitching today. Cunningham in the driver's seat, a 3-1. The pitch fouled over the backstop. Well, it hit off the backstop. Again, in college baseball, when you don't get to take that ball home as a souvenir, it really impacts the urgency with which people are chasing after the ball. The 3-2 pitch. Down and in, swing and a miss. Got away from Lucy. And to first base goes Cunningham.
Well, those are always tough.
Third strikeout of the game, but squirts away, and Cunningham reaches. Here's Manny Hall. Usually you see a foul ball go into the seats and a half dozen kids go chasing after it, but not the case today. Manny Hall, lefty batter. Cunningham at first, the pitch inside. Cunningham at the second leading base stealer on this team. 15 swipes. He's only been caught 3 times. Jackson Shalick's on deck. He's a perfect 20 of 20 on the season. We have seen the pace of this game a couple times today grind, not quite to a halt, but pretty close to it with runners on base. Pitchers doing their best to control that running game. Not in motion, the 1-0. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. The loser plays at noon tomorrow, the winner at 3:30. Who gets the later slot? 7-6 Frostburg State here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. Hall grounds it through the right side for a base knock. Cunningham, a big turn at second, holds there on Manny Hall's 3rd single of the day.
Yeah, Manny Hall. Yeah, like I said, he started the game. Tanner Cunningham had the base hit, and then he struck out, and then it was a 1-2-3 after that Cunningham base hit. Boy, since then, Manny wasn't happy about it, and he has made up for it and then some.
His bat control has impressed me, Mark, just keeping the bat through the zone and putting the ball into the right spots. A 3-hit day for Manny Hall. Here's Jackson Shalick. First pitch swinging. Shalick sends his deep right center field, and that ball is gone. A home run for Jackson Shalick. That jumped out of the park in a hurry. A bomb to right center field, a 3-run shot, and Shalick puts Frostburg State up 10-6 here in the last of the 6th.
Well, you're all Mountain East Conference performer right there.
I know the trend is Taco Tuesdays, but how about a Taco Thursday, Oppo Taco for Jackson Shalick? 10 runs in a row for Frostburg State. This was a 6-0 lead for Charleston after 2.5 innings, Mark.
Well, again, Shalick still might get the home run, but instead of a 3-run shot, could have been a 2-run shot. You had that strikeout, but Tanner Cunningham was able to reach, so 2 base runners aboard instead of 1, and
Jake Holler quickly in an 0-2 hole.
What was once a 6-run lead for UC, they now stare at a 4-run deficit.
Or 1-1 count, excuse me. Breaking ball in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. One ball and 2 strikes. There we go. We get corrected by our home plate umpire today. That's Ben Smith. Sean Hamley at first, Mark Mail at second, Ron Runnels at third. This one's roped fair inside the stripe, down the left field line, says Ron Runnels. Around first, Holler strolls into second base, and he's there with a double, a 1-out double here in the 6th. You know, I said this earlier. Charleston had a little bit of time maybe with Schultz to figure out what they wanted to do. I think they've run out of time.
Yeah, that may be it.
They're down 4 runs at this point, and now down to their last 9 offensive outs. So they've got to make a change here with 1 out in the 6th inning. The Shalick 3-run home run adds to the Frostburg State lead. Jake Holler's double sends Schultz to the showers. Just inside the line, rattles around the corner. Holler in scoring position for Drew Jordan when we come back. From Gomart Ballpark in Charleston, Frostburg State has scored 10 in a row, and they're all over these Charleston Golden Eagles 10-6 in the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Championships.
You have dreams.
A better life, a better job, a better you.
So where do you start to build the skills necessary to get there?
At West Virginia State, you are not just a number, you are who you choose to be.
You receive personal attention from award-winning faculty.
You study in nationally recognized programs.
You learn the skills that will get you the job you know you can have.
No matter where you want to go
or what you want to do,
it starts at State.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Third pitcher of the day for the University of Charleston is Kai Close. Left-hander out of Hagerstown, Maryland, on for the 14th time this season. A 1.76 ERA. Again, he's been their stopper. 3 saves this season, 15 1/3 innings, 12 strikeouts, 10 walks, just 3 earned runs allowed. Opponents batting just .211 off of him. And if there's a time where Charleston needs a stopper, this would be it. Down 4 runs with another runner at second base for Frostburg State. So Drew Jordan stands in. Started all 51 games for these Bobcats. A .290 hitter. 25 runs batted in. Breaking ball from Close. Called strike on the inner edge. Jordan 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Close kicks and deals. It's popped up on the infield, playable on the right side. Stansbury, the second baseman, squeezes it. 2 gone. The Earl Weaver special for the Maryland-based Frostburg State Bobcats. A pair of 3-run homers.
That'll get you back in it. And it has.
Ryan Bolma's was the first. It gave Frostburg State a 7-6 lead. Jackson Shalix earlier this inning added to it. Bounced in for a ball.
Now, back-to-back innings that have been long ones for UC defensively, Eric.
And line score tells the story. 6-0 Charleston before Frostburg State got one back in the third and really took this game into control in the middle innings. Boma takes a ball. Nine runs over the last 2. 10 straight for Frostburg State and 6 straight on 3-run homers. Boma, the 7th man to bat this inning for the Bobcats. Leading by 4, they want to grow that lead. Runner at second base with 2 outs. Here's the 2-0 off the plate. Logan Helser on deck. He batted for Zane Bone back in the 5th. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch just off the plate. Ball 4. And Helser bats with 2 on. How tough is it to find that confidence if you're Charleston pitchers at this point?
If you can dig your way out of this inning and leave those two stranded, that would help. Well, I tell you what, as you move along here and your plate appearances start to dwindle, 4 runs a little easier to maybe take care of them, perhaps a couple more, although we have watched Frostburg do it here.
We still have a lot of baseball left. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch off the plate, 2-0. I got a friend of mine that says, if you find yourself in a hole, quit digging. And right now, Charleston continues to create that chasm. Holler at second, Boma at first. Called strike to Logan Helser. Frostburg State with 10 hits today. Helser ready, the 2-1, swung on and missed to level the count at 2-2. A pair of 3-run home runs, the story of this game for Frostburg State. They've scored 10 in a row, looking for more. 2 on, 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Helser watches, it's outside. That's a close pitch to take on 2-2, Mark.
That was very close. I thought maybe UC was out of this inning finally.
The second baseman, Stansberry, covering the bag at second. So if Helser had gone the other way with it, he had a huge hole on the right side, still does. Close, steps off. Runners off, the 3-2, downstairs, ball 4. The inning continues with the bases loaded, and the catcher, Sam Atkinson, coming up. He'll be taken down for a pinch hitter, Landon Marple, appearing in his 29th game of the season. See how low that one was. Marple, a .364 hitter. 6 doubles, 10 runs batted in. Marple takes the ball outside out of Buchanan, West Virginia.
Former Buccaneer.
Bases full for Marple, the pitch. Called strike on the corner.
His alma mater has really built a nice lacrosse team there in high school.
Buchanan, West Virginia, not a place you think of as a lacrosse powerhouse, but you know what? Good for them. The 1-1. Breaking ball.
It's
called
a
strike.
Picturesque little town, and they're in north central West Virginia, Upshur County, home of the Strawberry Festival.
And the West Virginia Wesleyan Bobcats, another Mountain East team.
Beautiful campus.
I love their main street.
Yes.
Couple nice little shops and stores. Here's the 1-2 to Marple. Breaking ball, cranked foul.
Yeah, good restaurants. You've got it there in Buchanan.
Was there for the Mountain East Conference Volleyball Tournament in November. Felt like I was in a Hallmark movie on that main street. You know, the lights up is kind of the Christmas season.
Hey,
it was late November. A little skating rink off the side. 10-6 Frostburg State. They want more. Bases full. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Marple goes down on strikes to end the inning. But a 3-run home run from Jackson Shalick grows a 1-run lead to 4. Frostburg State has scored 10 in a row in Charleston at the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship presented by the Health Plan.
Davis and Elkins College continues leading the way, and we did not slow down, even during the global health crisis. We have secured private donations and grant funding to support our growing, successful, and now accelerated nursing programs. Davis and Elkins nursing graduates have repeatedly posted 100% passing rates on nursing boards and are sought after by health organizations of all sizes, specialties, and locations. They need nurses, and we train the best.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners, because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan, here for you.
Frostburg has flipped the script, sending 9 to the plate in each of the last 2 innings. They scored 6 in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. They left the bases full, but Jackson Shalick's 3-run home run has made it 10 straight runs for Frostburg State, and the Bobcats lead the Golden Eagles 10-6. We go to the 7th, and for the play-by-play, we go back to Mark Martin.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. And see if now UC can stage a comeback. Frostburg has inserted a new catcher into the lineup. Mason Kelleher, a 6-foot freshman out of Marlton, New Jersey. And for UC to start it out here in the 7th, Trent Dozenbach, the designated hitter, hit into a fielder's choice. Had a 2 RBI double in the 2nd, a single in the 4th inning. One delivery. Hunter Leahy working on the mound for Frostburg. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike on this sunshiny day here in Charleston. This one lifted up and going to be a play made. Nice job by Drew Jordan up against that screen there, third base side. 1 away. Derek Seiss will now step in. Grounded to second, to short, and second in innings 1, 2, and 4, respectively. Hunter Leahy fires, and that is ball 1. Welcome in all of our viewers, wherever you may be, checking it out here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network. Our coverage being presented by the Health Plan. Three balls and no strikes. UC with 5 runs in the 2nd, another run in the 3rd, had a 6-0 lead. Frostburg with a run in the bottom of the 3rd, explode for 6 in the 5th, and 3 more in inning number 6. And here in the top of the 7th, they are on top of UC. 3-1 the count to Seiss and that's inside. That'll be ball 4, and that will be a walk. Sice draws the walk. Third walk of the day allowed by Frostburg pitching. 2 in the first and 1 in the second. Max Lane, there's 1, there's 2, inning is over. Away we go to the bottom of the 7th. Frostburg leading it over UC 10-6 here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network.
Decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
So Frostburg ready to go to work here. In the home half of inning number 7 is C.J. Carmichael. Carmichael was placed at first. Pitch clock violation. Hit by a pitch in the 5th, scored a run. And lifted one into foul territory down the right field line. That was caught by UC's Ashton Cochran. And he looks at a called strike. 1-1 to count. Two balls and 1 strike. All right, Grant Barclay is the new pitcher for the University of Charleston. I wanted to tell you there was a pitching change. However, he's wearing 43. He typically is 52. So,
yeah, I always like if you're going to tell someone that a change is made to have both halves of that change for our viewer. On for the 8th time this year. Barclay's not allowed to earn a run in 8 1/3 innings.
3 strikeouts, 3 walks, 4 hits.
So I just stayed still. Here is one laid down, and Barclay fires on. Boy, that's close, but they get him. And moving on to second will be Carmichael, but Tanner Cunningham out at first base.
Bang, bang play over there. Yeah, I went to go fetch that information, and the folks on the other side of the booth, they were equally in the dark. They tracked down the answer and told us both. Sports information. It's so much a thankless job, but boy, it's absolutely vital to what we do, Mark, and you find that the best ones are absolute gems, aren't they?
No doubt. Speaking of a gem, Manny Hall, he's had a good day. Struck out in the first, and since then, 3 consecutive hits. He has scored a couple of runs, and he has been a vital cog in Frostburg, battling back from a 6-0 deficit to lead it right now, 10-6 here in the bottom of the 7th.
A testament to just making solid contact and finding spots of the defense to take advantage of, and that's really all he's done. He's done it well.
Backs out, throw down, a tag made, got him at third base. Carmichael gunned down. Nice throw.
That's so often why you see that bunt attempt on a stolen base try. To try to make something else for that catcher to look at, but with a lefty batter up, the catcher Lucy had a really clear lane to third base. That's what you'd love to see, that runner break from third and test you if you're behind the dish. Lucy passed.
Lucy to Colin Kemp, and 2 are now gone here.
Right now it's Barclay that loves Lucy. Cleaned the bases, 2 outs. Now all of a sudden, the inning looks a lot brighter for Grant Barclay.
Fouls this one off. We talked about Rod Blackstone, and how, he's a huge fan of baseball here in Charleston, and just the ringleader of so much fun here, and he's a big UC fan. And Rod makes signs for players on the Dirty Birds, and I think he's done it some for UC, and I would think the guy behind the place, the sign would be Lucy, 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 right?
Could be, yeah. Or I got in the dugout. Or he's going to go just the I Love Lucy.
Yeah, I Love Lucy. Or he comes to the plate, here's Lucy.
Ooh,
oh, boy.
The forgotten one in the trilogy.
Yeah, I believe is that the one where then she becomes related to Mr. Mooney? They later on in shows.
Gail Gordon is in everything she does. That's a recurring theme. She and Gail Gordon did one in '86, I believe. It didn't go so well. I don't remember the name of that one.
2 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Glad you're able to keep up here, Eric, because there's a little bit of age difference between the 2 of us. So
hey,
I'm impressed, my man.
I skew a little older somewhat in the pop culture game. I grew up on Nick at Night.
There you go. Full count pitch, and Hall laces this one. Fenwick going back, and that one is gone. Manny Hall with the Hall pass as he drills this one to right center and out of Gomart Ballpark to make it an 11-6 game.
Manny Hall swinging the stick like Manny Ramirez at this point. You don't see a lot of power out of this guy. He's slight in stature, a short, compact swing, but he explodes on this one and sends it over the right center field fence. And look how quickly that got there. Fenwick got to the fence to watch it bounce across the street.
Well, UC had a 5-0 lead at the end of 2, and now they stare at a 5-run deficit. Jackson Chalik stepping up, popped up to second, walked in the third. RBI single in inning number 5 and a 3-run home run in the 6th.
Last 7 Frostburg State runs have scored on home runs.
1 ball and 1 strike.
36 homers now as a team. That's not it's not a bad number, but it's not an outstanding number. But boy, when they come in bunches for this Frostburg State group.
Schalik lifting this one up and going back, and there wasn't much room left out there in left field for Derek Seiss, but he makes the grab, and that will do it. Another run coming across for Frostburg on a solo bomb by Manny Hall, and it is a lead of 11-6 as we head to inning number 8 here in Charleston.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Ty Morris, a new pitcher for the Bobcats of Frostburg, 6'4" graduate student out of Hempstead, Maryland, for Anthony Williams' crew. And he will come in with yet another run on the board for the Bobcats as Manny Hall goes deep to right center field.
Morris comes on in relief of the number 2 starter, Hunter Lehue, throws 2 scoreless, hitless innings, walks 1 and strikes out 1. But Morris comes on with a 5-run lead at this point, on for his 17th appearance. 33 1/3. He's struck out 18 and walked 11. So now you'd have to think Morris is an option maybe to start here in the next day or two of this tournament. He's not thrown a whole lot. You see this more in college baseball, teams willing to bullpen their way through tournament games and get a few outs here and a few outs there from wherever they can find it. Now just 6 left for this Frostburg State team to get.
So starting it out here in the top of the 8th will be Ashton Cochran, the first baseman for the Golden Eagles. A single in the 2nd, laid down a bunt, a sacrifice in the 3rd, put out at first, and then struck out in inning number 5, and he's going to ground out here to the second baseman in inning number 8 to start it out, Drew Lucy. Nice defensive play there in that inning for the Golden Eagles. Will step in.
You're telling me here's Lucy?
Here's Lucy.
Yeah, this Frostburg State bullpen has been nails since the 3rd inning. They've given up just 1 hit and a walk.
Lucy grounding out to 3rd in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, and flew out to center in the 5th, so he is due here.
It started with Cameron Sowers, and then it went on to Hunter Lehue, and now a good start for Ty Morris.
Lucy has 1 home run on the season, 6 runs batted in, count even at 1 ball and 1 strike here. Game 3 of the tournament.
Working the Charleston bullpen, they got a left-hander going.
Morris fires the strike.
It's Owen McMulkin getting loose.
This one laced into center, straight at Tanner Cunningham, and 2 are gone here. Abe Fenwick will now step to the plate for the Golden Eagles. Fenwick on the day, grounded out to second, had a double in the third, struck out in the fifth. Our great crew throughout this tournament: Brian Shepard, Andrew Bolin, Nick Eskins, Chase Bowman, Zane Townsend, Corey Boggs, Butch Mounts, our executive producer. Coverage of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament being produced by Video Productions in conjunction with the Mountain East Conference.
And like we did really yesterday, we're coming on the air talking about the starting pitching. First game of the tournament for both of these teams, but really it's the bullpens that told the story in this game from a pitching standpoint. Frostburg State bullpen has been effective over the last several innings of this game, and Charleston's bullpen has been looking for answers.
2-1 to count to Fenwick. This one hammered foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
See, this is what we should have done. We should have saved the Abe Fenwick material for later in the game.
Fenwick, only action against Frostburg in those 2 games as he puts this one up the middle for a base hit. His second of the day was he came on and pitched in that contest against Frostburg. That was the 13-3 loss. That was in the second of the 2 games. Again, the first game was 2-0, and there is Fenwick. And one thing he did right there, he prevented UC from going down 1-2-3.
And that's just the second Charleston hit since the third inning. And the guy that had the last hit in that third inning is John Stansberry, and he comes to the plate right now. There's action in the Frostburg bullpen, a right-hander getting loose down there.
Again, the Bobcats with another outstanding season under head coach Anthony Williams. 5th consecutive campaign of 30 or more victories. Coming into this one with 34 after a 36-win season in 2025.
And I give them a ton of credit for this, Mark. Down 6-0, they didn't really get outside themselves. They didn't seem to panic. They were very calm and collected. And you see why. They knew they have an offense that's capable of doing what they've done today and put up 11 consecutive runs.
So Fenwick will move on to second as ball gets away. John Stansberry, the second, walked in the second inning. Struck out in the 6th. Base hit in the 3rd inning. Love to have one here to get home Fenwick.
I think if I had the second at the end of my name, I'd want to be nicknamed the Sequel. Be a fun nickname. You don't see that every day.
So Eric Little, the Sequel?
Eric the Sequel.
Okay, there
or
you go.
just the Sequel.
The Sequel, okay. Rip foul. I know some guys who are a second.
Yeah.
They are deuce. Some that are a third.
Trace.
Trey.
Yeah, or Trace or Trey. I've heard both of those. You know, it's like, hey, you want to grab some dinner? Me, you, the Sequel. Let's say we go out to fill in the blank. That's how you use that.
Let's go to the station.
The station. Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong.
Lifted up into right field. Camping under it will be Jake Holler And that will do it. UC with a base hit, but they strand that man at second in Abe Fenwick. And it's going to be Frostburg coming to the plate in the bottom of the 8th, owning an 11-6 lead. You're watching live coverage of the Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship Tournament here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network. It's being presented by the Health Plan. New pitcher will be on the mound for the University of Charleston. Number 27, Owen McMulkin.
He's only thrown 4 2/3 innings, on for the 8th time this season. 4 strikeouts, 9 walks for McMulkin. Maybe finding somebody that they want to use later in the tournament, saving some other arms for more high leverage situations.
And they've had Landon Ingram, J.P. Schultz, Kai Close, Grant Barclay. And now McMulkin. And he will face Jake Holler, Drew Jordan, and Ryan Boma, who started out here. Holler grounded out to short, grounded out to third. Drove home 2 in the 5th with a base hit and a double in the 6th. Good day for Holler.
There are just no breaks in this Frostburg State batting order. They're pretty deep top to bottom. If their guys are not having success getting on via base hit, they've had guys that have been hit by a pitch, guys that have been walked.
It's just simple. If you are UC, you got to get out of this inning quickly.
Mm-hmm. And with that deficit at no greater than 5.
UC this season shutouts 6 times. Won 3 shutouts. Frostburg victorious in 5 shutouts, and Bobcats shut out twice. Frostburg 2-0 in extra inning games, 5-5 in 1-run games. UC is 5-6. Most runs by UC this season, 18 in a win at Wesleyan. This one drilled and a base hit to start it out for Frostburg here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Frostburg, most runs scored 17. That was at Pitt Johnstown. UC allowed the most of the season, 17 against Salem. And Frostburg, the most it allowed this season, 14 against Salem.
First 4 innings for Frostburg State, 1 run, 3 hits. The last 4 innings, that includes this one, which again just started, 10 runs on 9 hits. This offense just came to life in the middle of this game.
Drew Jordan grounded out to third, flew out to left, laid down a bunt in the 5th that moved over the runners and lifted one up to second. He batted in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Took a break in the 7th. Here he is again in the 8th. UC has allowed 8 teams to score in double figures, and runner goes as that gets away from Lucy. So Holler over to second. Count now 3 balls and no strikes to Drew Jordan.
These catchers work so hard to try to frame every pitch nowadays, and every once in a while you see one like that that really just handcuffs somebody, trying to make a catch in a certain way so as to frame it.
Frostburg now in double figures for runs, a 12th time this season. UC has hit the double-figure run mark 4 times this season, a called strike there. In fact, 3 out of 4 games they scored in double figures.
You can't ever tell me hitting isn't contagious. I think when one guy does it, it really is a spark for a whole lineup of offense.
Well, that's going to be ball 4, and off to first will go Jordan, so not the way this inning was wanting to go for UC thus far. They needed to get out there and get back into the dugout and try to figure out a way to come up with at least 5 to tie this game and 6 to go ahead. But right now, runners at the corners, no outs. And Ryan Boma will step in, flew out to center, grounded out to second, a home run. 3-run shot and walked.
Maybe some deja vu for him to see 2 on for the second time today.
Frostburg had a 17-game winning streak this season. Come into this tournament having won 6 in a row, trying to get to a 7th straight. And that one gets away and bounces right off the backstop. Big break there for the Golden Eagles.
So many of these parks that were built in the 2000s, they went with those brick or limestone backstops. And give credit to Lucy. He was able to turn around and play it off the backstop, very similar to what you'd see an outfielder do when a ball hit over his head. And not for nothing, Holler was ready to come down the third base line, but saw that lively hop and wisely thought better of it.
1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, and that got Boma.
It was either going to get Boma or Brick.
That's the second hit batsman of the day.
Lucy reminded me of when I was a catcher at Dave Wilson Field in St. Mary's. I knew where there was a board along the wooden backstop where it would ricochet back to me, so I would see one go outside, miss it, and then I knew I could play it off the backstop.
Is that field still being used? I liked it. I called a game there once.
It's not being used as much as it used to. The high school team doesn't play there anymore. They use it a lot for recreational soccer now.
It was a neat place.
I loved it.
And the grandstand.
Gorgeous, gorgeous park.
There in St. Mary's.
Right there at the cusp of the Pleasants County Park, the aquatic center down the third base line. I knew how to play all the hops, the home field advantage.
That one ripped foul. With the bases full here and no outs.
Big spot here for Logan Helser. Came on as a pinch hitter back in the 5th inning. 0 for 1 with a walk today, and bases full of Bobcats can essentially deliver the knockout punch here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Maybe the knockout punch to his ankle right there.
Yeah, those hurt.
Helser does not really wear a lot of protective gear. That's becoming more and more commonplace. Really started with the shin guards back in the day, and then it moved to the elbow pads, the Evo guards. You ever had a chance to see that foam padding up close, the elbow padding up close?
One, two, back up the middle. UC may get two here. They got one, they got two. A run will score for the Bobcats. So Helser hits into the double play.
Another pinch hitter coming here. It's Mason Kelleher. Oh, no, this is the catcher.
Yeah, Kelleher, who subbed for Sam Atkinson, will step in now. Runner at third. That is Jordan. And a called strike to Kelleher.
That padding is a thin foam that they can mold around the player's arm. You don't have to hold it in place very long to keep that molded to the player. It's really neat to see how they make that.
Kelleher hitting at 235.
Comes out of the wrapper, and you kind of put it in place. They have the athletic trainer usually wrap it up and hold the pose for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Your elbow guard's good to go.
0-2, swing and a miss, and that does it. UC coming to bat in the top of the ninth inning, trailing 12-6. Frostburg getting another run there in the bottom of the eighth inning. We're back in a moment here to Go-Mart Ballpark in Charleston.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
It's about unlocking your potential and discovering your purpose.
It's about community and how we can better serve others.
It's about learning and doing.
It's about the journey and the road getting there.
It's about opportunities and the endless possibilities.
It's about finding where you belong, and it is here at Concord University.
It's about you, and it starts with you.
Out of Mount Holly Springs, Pennsylvania, Boiling Springs High School, Frederick Community College, comes the latest pitcher for Frostburg, Joey Seraphin, 5'10", a junior.
Seraphin on for the 18th time this year, all in relief, a 2.97 ERA, leads the team with 7 saves. This is not a save situation, but certainly a guy who you want to lock down those last 3 outs and move on in the winner's bracket. 33 and third innings, 26 strikeouts, 10 walks, 11 earned runs, and 32 hits against Joey Seraphin.
The University of Charleston built a 6-0 lead. 5 runs in the top of the second, 1 in the top of the third. They have not scored since, and meanwhile, Frostburg has taken control of this game, and they lead it by 6 runs. A 12-6 advantage, 12-9 hit margin, 1 error in the game. That by Frostburg, and so you see tons of work to do here in the bottom, or in the top of the ninth inning. Did a good job there in the bottom of the eighth. You know, that could have been an eruption of runs. You know, you start seeing, guys cross the plate, but they limited to 1. Now they got to go to work here, and there's a great way to get it going. Right out of the gate, leadoff man, Andrew Coburn, the number 1 hitter, And Coburn gets his first base hit of the game. He walked in the first, reached on an error, and scored in the second, which was a 5-run second inning for the Golden Eagles. Struck out in the third and flew out to left.
And I think this is some of what Charleston went away from. Early in the game, we saw the Golden Eagles managing to swing at the first pitch and putting the ball in play, letting good things happen. They've gone away from that somewhat. Their confidence has waned. Maybe their hitting shoes have knocked some dust off those hitting shoes.
Colin Kemp lifting that one high into the sky and center one away. Catch made out there by Tanner Cunningham.
Yeah, Mark, to me that's been the biggest surprise in this game, the fact that Charleston scored 6 straight, only for Frostburg State to answer with 12 in a row. They did it really with a pair of 3-run home runs, one that gave them the lead, one that stretched the lead. They've added on. Frostburg State scored now in the last 4 innings and 5 of the last 6. So down 6-0, they were not phased.
Designated hitter Trent Dozenbach steps in. Hit into a fielder's choice in inning number 1, 2 RBI double in the second, singled in the fourth, and lifted one up into foul territory down the third base line. Runner goes, throw down, and sliding in safely will be Coburn.
Crucial steal for Charleston to stay out of the double play.
Kelleher coming out of there and rifling down, but off the mark there a little bit, so Dozenbach upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike.
All 5 of those runs in the Charleston second score with 2 outs. Another 2-out run in the third. Frostburg finally found the ability to close out innings, and they didn't look back on the mound.
This one lifted up and out of play.
A ton of credit to their bullpen. Camden Sowers, the first guy to nail things down. Then they turned it over to Hunter Lehue for 2 innings. And then Ty Morris for 1. Now Joey Seraphin.
Again, UC has won the Mountain East Conference Tournament on 4 occasions, including 3 straight, 20, 22, 23, and 24. They lost the 2018 championship to Shepherd. They forced a second game. They won the first game in the double elimination event 10-7, then lost 24-2 to the Rams. In 2017, they lost to Shepherd 13-6. UC had played 3 games that day. This one into left field. And we are down to the last out here.
Well, today brought to you by Shades of the Color Red. You've got Frostburg State in the red caps, the maroon of Charleston. Coming up, we got Wheeling wearing all red today from the looks of it against a Concord team that's got their shade of maroon as well. So, a red Thursday here in Charleston. Last hope for the Golden Eagles.
It's Derek Seiss who grounded to second, shortstop, back to second, and walked in the 7th. Loser of this game will play Glenville tomorrow at noon. The winner of this game facing off with Point Park. Again tonight, you've got Concord and Wheeling. One of those two going to be eliminated. And Seiss with the base hit into left field. And holding up there at third will be Coburn. UC not done yet. Seiss with his first base hit of the day.
It's easy to armchair quarterback and say they should have sent Coburn there, but that ball got to left in a hurry. And you're down to your final out in this game. You don't want to make a mistake at home plate, and you don't want to take away the chance for a really big inning. And remember, they have scored all 6 of the runs with 2 outs, so they're used to doing things up against the deadline.
Max Lane steps in, singled in the second, doubled in the third, grounded out to short in the fourth inning, and then hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the seventh. 1-0 count, and that's in there for a called strike. This game is now 3 hours and 1 minute old. One pitch, and it's fouled off. 1-2 the count to Max Lane. Lane fouls that one off. Seraphin will battle again with Max Lane. Lane out of Columbus, Ohio. Pitcher and batter, both juniors. Runners at the corners. The 1-2, and that's in there for a called strike, and that will do it. Quite the comeback by the Bobcats of Frostburg. Down 6-0 in this game. But then they would score the final 12, and they take it by a count of 12-6. And advance on in this tournament now 35-16 on the season. UC drops to 21-29.
3-run homers from Ryan Bouma and Jackson Shalick. The 3-run blast from Bouma gave Frostburg State a lead they didn't lose. Shalick's homer stretched it. They got that solo shot from Manny Hall as well. And in addition to a Frostburg State offense that roared to life in the fifth inning and really didn't stop roaring as this game carried on, you hand the credit to that Frostburg State bullpen. What a job for 4 relievers. And again, it started with Camden Sowers. Hunter Lehue followed Ty Morris after that, and then Joey Seraphin to close it out in the ninth inning, gave up 2 hits, but kept Charleston off the scoreboard. What a shot of confidence for this Frostburg State team, not only to come back the way they did, but also to keep Charleston off the scoreboard the way that they did.
Yeah, third win of the season for Frostburg over UC. UC will try to stay alive tomorrow, and Frostburg getting that all-important first win here in tournament action. Well, Eric, just a lot of fun being with you here the past 2 days, my man, and enjoy the rest of the way here at Go-Mart Ballpark.
Well, thank you. The pleasure has been mine, Mark. It's been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it, and hope you've enjoyed it at home as well.
Yeah, beautiful sunshiny day here, and 7:15 our next game, and an all-important game it is, Eric.
Our first elimination game of this tournament pits the 2 number 1 seeds. You know a tournament is a little off kilter when you've got 2 number 1 seeds playing in the 4th game of the event to decide which of those 2 goes home. So, again, it's really anybody's tournament. It's been a wide-open league in the Mountain East this year for baseball, and this tournament really indicative of that.
Well, that will do it. For analyst Eric Little, our great crew, and Mark Martin, we say so long from Go-Mart Ballpark here in Charleston. The final score, Frostburg wins it over UC 12-6 in this 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Tournament. Today's game was produced by Video Productions in conjunction with the Mountain East Conference. Thank you for watching live coverage of the 2026 Mountain East Conference Baseball Championship Tournament here on the Mountain East Conference Digital Television Network.